Welcome back, truth seekers. I want to talk about what this person going by Nemo mentioned in their nice long comments. I really appreciate when people leave thoughtful comments. Part of this, he talks about something so many of you can relate with. You know, thousands of people have left this same comment. I get emails about this. It's the hardest thing about being a truth seeker and sharing content online. He wrote, I forward videos all the time to family and friends and they don't even respond or send a cat dancing video or something. He's saying they won't even give him a cat video in return. And yeah, I mean, that's the way it is when you share truth on social media. When Facebook first came out, remember when it first came out? It was the early 2000s. I want to say about 2003, 2004. And it was just for college students. And back then, I was all about getting the word out on 9/11, and people needed to wake up. They were building a police state, and nobody cared. And I thought, my God, nobody cares, huh? Nobody cares about the police state. I don't know what's more important in this world than solving the September 11th lie and ending this police state building. You know, that's the way I felt then, that's the way I felt now. But what hasn't changed in the general populace is the lack of not caring. And what I want to say is, even when you share stuff on Facebook and it gets no likes or no comments, people are still watching those videos. And you can bet that somebody is watching who appreciates it, but they're too scared to give it a like, because then it will show in their status feed that they like this. And then somebody else will see that, and then they'll know that this person was into something truth-related, which is so taboo in our society. And you know, it's too bad that people are so afraid of what other people think. You know, I stopped giving a shit a long time ago because I know that I'm in the right. I know I'm not wrong for what I've been saying about September 11th since the day it happened. Since the day it happened, this is what I understood. Planes cannot melt into buildings, and if planes do melt into buildings and explode as they're shown on TV, and they report that they can't find the plane or the bodies or the luggage, or they're trying to locate the black boxes, but they've already got all 19 of the terrorist passports collected, and they already have a narrative that these 19 terrorists had box cutter knives and were wearing turbans, and they recovered the box cutter knives and the turbans. I just know that's straight up bullshit. Especially when they're telling you a plane crashed in Pennsylvania, but there's no plane wreckage anywhere. The only plane crash in the history of the world that never left any plane wreckage behind. So I was just saying, on the day of September 11th, it was obvious something was up. We were being lied to. The facts didn't make sense. How did they have all this information so fast, but they didn't know how to stop it? Anyway, everyone tried to say I was a lunatic, and how dare I question the media or our government, and I should move out of the country and all this. And I thought, man, where the fuck do I live? Is this the land of the free and the brave, or the retarded and cowardly? And in time, I realized, man, I do live in the land of the retarded and cowardly, you know? So when all these people are talking all their mess and saying I'm mentally ill and stuff, I'm just thinking, no. That's just what the losers say. These people are all losers around me. And, you know, that's not a pleasant way to be, to realize that you're surrounded by a society of losers, but what else can you do when you're a step above besides try to elevate your fellow man? So realize, when you share those truth videos, and you're putting out this knowledge and nobody's liking or commenting, somebody's still seeing it who needs to, and maybe someday that person will grow the courage to give it a like or a comment. Just like you might need to grow the courage to share. And you know what? Here's the other half of this. Sometimes it's worse than no comments. Sometimes it's that the only comments you get back are attacks. And they're always the stereotypes. You know? Oh, maybe you're schizophrenic. Oh, maybe you're mentally ill. And then just the stupid-ass tinfoil hat. For those of you who know gematria, tinfoil hat equals 51, like conspiracy, like federal. You know, I've known that since the beginning. I started commenting back at that at the beginning. I said, you think that's a coincidence? You think it's a coincidence that all those things equal 51? Think about Area 51. And then the person who would comment back, yeah, it is a coincidence, I'd say, well, then you're a fucking coincidence theorist. Get the fuck off my Facebook page. You know? But that's the attitude you need to adopt. You need to realize, if you care about the truth, then you're a truth soldier, you know? And you realize, you know who your enemy is. Your enemy are all these ignorant fucking people that are going to get all of us killed. We're all going to get pushed off the cliff together because we didn't wake up. So anyway, please keep sharing the videos. Somebody's going to see. Eventually, that person will start sharing videos. It just happens that way. You got to build up your courage. You know? Don't be a coward. And don't worry about what these other cowards think. You know? Who cares if you lose friends and family? You know? Who cares? I'm serious. If you're losing those type of people who want to reject you because you care about the truth, then fuck them. It doesn't matter. That's why I had to go and start reaching out in 2013. That's why I had to create a blog and a YouTube, because I just said, fuck it. I don't know enough people who care. I need to find the people who care so we can do something. I'm not getting pushed off the cliff. You know what else I said in 2013 that scares me? A lot's come true that I said, and I don't want it to come true. I said we had 5 years back then. I told all my friends and family, they better wake the fuck up. In 5 years, you're probably not going to want to see this country. Now look, we got the Orange Oompa Loompa as president. Shit's never been worse. Oh, goodness. Not that it matters really who's the president. It's all a puppet show. But just the fact that they gave us that orange goon, it's a sign. It's a bad sign. People are sleeping. The Apprentice. Unbelievable. So thank you, Nemo. I appreciate your comment. I appreciate everyone who leaves long, thoughtful comments. You know, they make this worth it. Since I had to rebuild the channel, I don't think everyone's found the channel. There's not a lot of comments. But the people who do leave the good comments, I appreciate it. And again, everybody, keep sharing. You know, that's the one thing. I can see how many people share the work, and it's not a lot. You know, I put out this work for it to spread, and it's not spreading. And just because, again, I got to emphasize it, just because people don't comment or like doesn't mean it's not getting seen. So just have that mentality. And I found that out personally when I started making videos. I found out that 2 people all this time who'd known me from a young age and who were my Facebook friends, they've been watching for a long time, and then they finally reached out and said, hey, Zach, I just want to let you know, that I like what you're doing. I thought, man, why didn't you tell me this sooner? You've been watching all this time. I didn't even say, It would have been nice to know. But again, we said why they didn't acknowledge. They don't want people to notice that they're into the truth. Because again, it's taboo in our society. That's got to change. That's something that's fucked up about our culture. Here's something to look up. Terrence McKenna, culture. Just listen to that dude's lectures on culture. Culture is your enemy. Culture is meant to fuck you up. And look at the U.S. culture. I mean, just look at it. Look at us as a people. We have no knowledge. We're overweight. We're out of shape. We're dying of illness that's all preventable. We're spending our whole life on entertainment and materialism. Our culture is fucked. That's why I don't care what these people think. I'm not worried about their perceptions from their fucked up mindset, because that's really what it is. Anyway, Truth Seeker, until next time, stay strong. Encore. I also want to thank this person. He sent me a letter recently in the mail. Young man. For all of you who've sent me mail and I haven't responded to, I'm saving all of your mail. And when I finish my book, everyone who I've gotten a letter from, you're going to get a free book from me. And I'll put a little message in it, because I appreciate all the people who've sent me letters. And I'm sorry I haven't written you back, but I got it all saved. So this guy, he writes me, hey Zachary, I am reaching out to you for many reasons. I appreciate you, man. Sad to see your YouTube channel get taken down. I started watching your YouTube channel when I was 16. So he didn't say what year, and he didn't tell me how old he is now, but I appreciate knowing that the message is getting to young people. And for all of you young people, I want you to know, when you're watching this person right here, there's a lot of things I do that you can be better than. There's a lot of things that I do that sometimes I'm even ashamed of. Understand, I'm a really angry person, and you don't want to be as angry as I am. And part of the reason I do this work is for the young people who are awake, so hopefully they don't have to grow up to be as angry as I am. It's just that I've been awake for too long, and it's just too frustrating and too painful to not progress. But anyway, I do want this message to be received by young people. I just don't want young people to pick up my negative habits. So he writes, I was 16. From that day on, my life has changed, not just because of the gematria. I see the world so differently. Being awake can really hurt you. Yes, I do. Okay. I got sad when I just read that sentence again, even though I've already read this. Yes, I do have my depressing times. I feel like more depressing times than joyful ones. Just realizing how the world is set up and works is sad, but man, I would love to dig your mind. And then he gives me his number. I'll give you a call, man, since you left your number. And again, I'm going to send you a book too, but yeah, man, I mean, this world, if you're awake, this world's a fucking monster. And I'm telling you, Truth Seeker, I've been awake for too long. I was really awake way before 9/11. It's just 9/11 just felt like the last straw for me. And yeah, man, I mean, no one should have to go through this reality for being awake. It's why it's better in a way to be living the American dream, to be asleep. But if we're all that way, we're going to get killed. So that's why those of us who are awake, you know, it's for a purpose. And our purpose is to wake up all these other sleepers. And what I said earlier today about building a gas chamber and throwing everybody in it that refuses, you know, that's not what I really want to do. You know, negative actions bring more negativity in the world, and imagine having to live with that burden. But we got to do something. It's drastic time. You know, we live in the time is now to do something. And if we don't, everyone's going to suffer. And especially the young people who are born into this, who didn't have a choice, which is really true for all of us. But, you know, just children growing up in the world today at the rate things are rapidly deteriorating. We got to do something. So, all right, I'm going to go grind on the book some more. Still not finished. It's becoming my life's work, taking way too long, but it's going to come. And again, the time is now. So until next time, Truth Seeker, thank you for everyone who sends me the letters. By the way, if you want to send me a letter, let me block out his. Here's my address. Do you see? It's already been posted online by a bunch of crazy people. And the good news is, since it's been posted by crazy people, mostly only nice people have sent me letters. Yeah, still some psychopaths send me letters, but it's mostly all nice. So that's the address. 232nd Place Southwest, Bothell, Washington, 98021. Until next time, Truth Seeker.